program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Hey, if it's Tuesday, it's movie reviews and more, and we're live. And this is the 177 straight live shows in a row. Rachel, this is show number 50. We got 2 more before we start season 6. And we just keep going. And the reason why the streak is important, because the reason it stopped was I was in Houston, Texas. You remember that?
Yeah.
We've been going straight live. We've never missed a show, no matter where I've been cross country. How many people can say that? Nobody that I know of in the world. And if you are in the world, show me and let me know, because I don't like to be the only one. But I was at Rachel's house when we nobody showed up. Remember that, Rachel? That was funny.
Yeah.
That's like 2.5 years ago. And we've been doing this. The good thing about this show's been booked for almost 4 months. So we're going to have our friend Tommy Gunn on. And Dyanna suggested that this happened because it was about life after porn. And, when Chris was on the end of last, week's show for 60 seconds, I'm like, I got to have you back because your short film is really good. And since I'm going to be in Illinois and they're in Chicago, I said, why not? And I'm like, just letting you know, it's an X-rated show, but it's still about films. And we all are film lovers, because Rachel watches a lot more films than most of the average people. Dyanna watches a lot. So when I come see her once a year, I usually will watch something from either Stars or AMC. And Chris, I don't know you yet, but I'm glad to know you and your partner, Miles. So since you guys are here first, I want you two to introduce yourself. So you can't say you got, more than 60 seconds this time, can you, right? All right, so Miles, you guys are co-directors. So this is interesting because Rachel hasn't seen this short. Let's talk about your film. First, Miles, introduce yourself because you weren't here last week. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Miles. I am the co-director on Girl in the Street. I don't know what else.
That's all right. We're gonna come back to you. I just like putting people on the spot, and Rachel knows that. All right, Chris, tell them who you are, and then we're gonna go into your film in a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah, Chris Paisley, co-director of Girl in the Street, co-founder of Some Good Films. We have a couple shorts kind of on the festival circuit right now, so kind of an exciting time for us. And they're very different films, and I think The Girl on the Street is one that has been getting a lot of attention. It's been getting selected for a lot of festivals. Won some awards already, so we're in an exciting little season.
All right, my good friend Rachel, tell them who you are, where you're coming from.
Okay, I'm Rachel. Oh, thank you. I'm Rachel Roberts, and I have a little morning internet show called Coffee Talk, and it's been going on for a few years, and more than that. And I've been with Brian for several years as a co-host here, and I do a lot of TikTok stuff lately.
And you're getting a lot of products sent to you. Congratulations. You worked your ass off for that.
Yeah, thanks. And tomorrow tomorrow morning I think I'm going to be with Ruben with Fox News. They call me every now and then, have me come out there, and I get to do coffee talk on the news, so that's fun.
And that's a great thing, because there's a lot of people who are jealous that you're doing that. You know that.
It's fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, it is funny, and you deserve that because you worked your ass off to get that far, and that's important, especially there, And then Dyanna, let's see how well you can speak. So introduce yourself. She is an actor. She is a director. She is a producer. She's one of the smartest people out there. that I know in my universe. There isn't anything that she can't do that she can't figure out.
My
That's a good
goodness.
thing. Go ahead, take it away, Dyanna.
Take it away. Put you on the spot. Get you
Exactly.
answering some questions right away. Right now, all I'm trying to do is survive. I keep going from one sickness to another, but
Wow.
I rallied today because I was not gonna let Brian down. And I wanted to support my friend Tommy, who isn't here right now, but he'll be catching up with us a little later. The work that he did in the documentary that he brought forward, I was so moved by, because it's all the things we never got to say, all the things when there were big companies where we weren't allowed to show the human side because it was all so much fantasy. So I wanted to actually just be here more in support of that. And, I always love being around my friend Brian, especially when he's here and I can hear him downstairs.
Hello. Sorry to interrupt you guys.
Hey, there he is right there.
And so Miles and Chris, hold on, because he's actually on a set. So he may have some time. So this is going to be a weird, good show. And I forgot to say this. So we're broadcasting live on Talk for Media, K for HD Radio, Talk for TV, and streaming on over 100 outlets around the world right now. And that's the good thing. And also streaming on womenontv.tv, iTube 247 out of Franklin, Tennessee, where we have over 40 million views and counting. So that's a good thing. And I kicked the rest of the host off because I want to make sure we had time with Tommy. And I want them, Miles, you don't know what's going on here. But, usually we have like 9 people on our shows continuously. And Rachel will tell you, if someone's not around, they're fighting to stay on the spot because they get jobs and we all have fun and we're very, very close with each other. So Tommy's going off of his phone because his computer is old, but he didn't know he's going to be on the set. That's a challenge and everything. So Miles and Chris, you guys know what this stuff is like when it comes to technology, right?
Oh yeah, we've been there.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, so Tommy, now that we have you, and I don't know how
Excuse
long
me
we
for
have
my
you for
absence.
before we have to go back. Tell everybody who you are, where you're coming from. Yeah, Tommy.
I am Tommy Gunn, and I'm currently on set actually here in East LA in Los Angeles on a movie set called Scissors 2, where I get to play a strip club manager. So I thought I would flick my hair back and get this the strip club manager vibe going. So yeah.
And let me ask you this: what did they say time-wise that you had? Did they give you a timer?
Well, they cut me loose and said, "Okay, you're good to go about your business, and then we're going to shoot some other stuff." So I have until they come get me, which is probably 45 minutes, so plenty of time.
Okay, all right. So everybody is a filmmaker and a producer and a director in a different way. So Tommy, now that you'd introduce yourself, let's see what clip this is. I don't know what Rebel put up. Let's show. Okay. It's a surprise. Let's just go for it.
Yeah. I'm going to put my special glasses on so I can see.
And don't do anything to your phone. Okay.
Nope.
It's
I
the
won't
girl with
touch
the
it.
street. So Miles and Chris, this is good.
There's a girl out there. She's in the street, she's screaming. She seems distressed. I think she's in some kind of trouble. Should I do something?
Why haven't you checked on her, sir?
She's got something on her head. It's like a face.
So Miles and Chris, now that this film has arrived and you guys are award winners now, how does that make you guys feel? Because this is not easy doing these things and submitting to film festivals.
Yeah, it's been a fun journey. We've had like a couple so far. We just came back from Vancouver, Brooklyn. Chris came back from Maryland, I think it was. We got another festival coming up in Canada. So it's been interesting seeing just sort of the reception. from people who we don't know because we did like a private screening, and we had a lot of people that were just friends and family that we streamed the film for, and it's always a different sort of experience with people who have no reason to like the film at all. And so the response from that has been great. Like, we've met a ton of people, a bunch of different connections that we've made just going to the different festivals of people that might be able to help on potential films in the future. So it's been interesting so far, and there's more that's coming in every day. So there's more festivals we'll be at coming pretty soon.
Hey, Miles, get for the audience, because we have the audio version of this too. Tell everybody just a little bit of what your background is.
So I initially, I started out in music production. So I produced music for a long time, and then I ended up going to school and getting a degree in not film. I got a degree in graphic design, and I sort of used kind of all of that in some sense to help us make films, whether it's pitch decks or even just a resource for us.
I'm actually going to move here to see if I get a better reception. Sorry, guys.
Oh, yeah. But just using different things that I've had to do over the years that kind of help us put films together. So my background really is music and just sort of design, and we kind of use that to my advantage as a filmmaker. I think my design sort of eye is my contribution to a lot of the stuff that we end up filming is coming from that perspective as a designer. So it's a lot of different forms of art that I've kind of dabbled in that got me to this point.
Chris, you're next. But Tommy, hey, don't move. Stay where you are, because I don't want to lose you.
Yeah, and it's a good background.
I'm just experiencing a little Wi-Fi,
No. We can hear you fine.
Okay, wonderful.
We hear you fine. Don't move. Hey, Chris, talk about your experience of this, because I know what it's like to pick films in the Hollywood Film Festival. And I always tell filmmakers it's not easy to get films in. There's a lot of films that go in, and just because you're not chosen doesn't mean your film is not good. And your film is good. And so what happens with a lot of these things is there may be 2 or 3 films that fit that criteria, but it doesn't mean it's not in. But when you also get into the other film festivals, that's a great thing, because a lot of films are just not chosen. And it's not because they're not bad or not good. It's just they have what they need to have. And that's never explained to you guys.
Yeah, no, true. Yeah, no, that was kind of our experience. I mean, a couple of years ago, we made our first short called Alice, and it was like a science fiction film. And we felt like what we were making was pretty good, but we really had a hard time getting into festivals, and a lot of it had to do with the length of the film. The film was they say a short is anything under 40 minutes, but really if you're making a short, you want it to be 10, 15 minutes, something like that. We put together a 35-minute short, and once we started going to festivals, we learned well, if your film is that long, it has to probably be better than 2 to 3 other films if you're trying to program a shorts block. And so there's all these kind of little things you learn just once you're on the festival scene. And so when we made The Girl on the Street and our other film, Silk, we kind of had in mind, okay, it needs to be, under this length. It needs to be simple. What it's trying to communicate needs to be more simple. We can't try to communicate 17 different themes in one, in a short. We got to really sort of lean into, okay, what is the concept for this? For The Girl on the Street, it's a girl shows up in the street. What happens next? And we kind of had fun just figuring out, okay, what happens when you go out there, and just creating mystery around that. And I think that's what people have kind of responded to, just the mystery of what it's out there. What does she look like? What is she going to do? What's going to happen to him? So it was kind of fun to just keep it simple.
See, that's good to know, because it's one of those things where I liked it for those reasons, and congratulations to you guys. And in a way, it's been a while since anybody has put Chicago on the map when it comes to films. If you think of the Breakfast Club and all those things like that, John Hughes, there really hasn't been anybody since then. So I'm looking at you two to kind of be like that. And so since Tommy, in a way, except the black version, right?
No
No
pressure.
pressure.
No pressure at all.
Yeah, exactly.
I have 14 acres and a bunch of different buildings and a 1900s house. If you guys ever want to shoot, you are more than welcome to come out here and use my property.
Oh wow.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where are
Exactly.
you
That's what it's
located?
about.
Where are you located?
I'm about an hour and 40 minutes from Chicago,
Oh, nice. Okay.
Dixon area.
Oh shoot, that's where we shot the girl on the street in Oregon, Illinois.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
We were just talking about Oregon today because I want to take, and that's like 10 minutes from me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wanted to
No,
take
our crew stayed in Dixon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were right where
Rebel.
we stayed because there's only one hotel. Well, 2 hotels, right? You know.
It was like an Airbnb, like this huge Airbnb
really?
by like a that's so funny. Yeah, I mean, obviously we like shooting out there, so
Yeah, and I'm surrounded by cornfields, so I mean, and it gets real creepy if you want to do something creepy here too.
Nice.
And Tommy,
I think I'm back.
since we got you back,
I
Tommy.
look like I'm back.
Yeah, we got you back. Do not
Tommy's
move.
taking us on an adventure.
I'm walking around East LA with a phone prop. Just like
I want you to
tripod
stay
in my
right
phone.
there, and I'll tell you
Okay,
why.
I'm not
Every
moving
time
anymore.
when we have someone on a film, and we can hear you, but we're gonna hear your background noise, and that's what we don't want. So the other thing is we don't want to keep losing you too. So, and we're getting ready to show you a
Staying
clip.
right here.
All right, good. All right, we're gonna show you a trailer. We're gonna come back to talk to that, and then so you can't make a show like this up, right, Rebel? Rachel. What's the chances of them shooting where Diana is? You know what I mean?
Crazy.
All right, Tommy. We're gonna show you your clip now. Let's take a look at this.
Sounds great.
No, we're actually going to play this one because we switched them because I didn't.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
What is it that you really want? True happiness. Don't you feel it?
There's something wrong with you.
What are you waiting for?
You'll be made perfect, just like me.
Now I haven't seen that yet, but that's trippy because that
right.
blonde woman makes me think of Megan. And so I'm already paranoid of seeing this, but that's a great trailer. Is that a short film also, Miles and Chris?
Yeah, so we for some reason decided to write 2 films at the same time last year, and we kind of shot them not simultaneously, but they were in post at the same time. And this was the first one that we shot after Silk coming back after we went to South by Southwest. And yeah, this one is strange. We tend to lean into a lot of sci-fi, horror, thriller-ish stuff. So this was kind of our first attempt after doing like our previous film a couple of years ago, where we had some confidence as far as like knowing what it was we wanted to create and how we wanted it to look visually, where we had like, a bit more of our director voices. We're kind of a little bit more confident. So that was like the first thing that we shot, like going into, 2024, I guess now. And then we shot them back to back, and they're kind of both making their festival runs right now.
Yeah.
The fact that you went to South by Southwest, that's a great thing. Because that's one of the best festivals in the world. So that's good. So Diana and Rachel, you haven't seen this yet. So both those trailer clips, what did you think of those? Because Rachel,
awesome.
she likes to
They're
watch
very
a lot
well
of things
done.
like that.
Yeah, that looks really
They're
good.
very they draw you in. They're very
Yeah,
well
it was sexy
Thank
in the
you.
beginning. I thought it was going to be something Tommy was doing.
Nope, that's coming next.
We got a trailer on that.
But yeah, we do. But here's the thing on that.
Yeah, we do.
Go
So
Rebel.
for you guys,
Right on.
not only do you have 3 actresses, not me, you will never see me in a film. I don't care if I'm playing myself. I am not interested. But Dyanna, Rachel, Tommy, and you got a new location. I know you guys didn't plan on that happening, did you? And who would have called it, happening in Dixon? Come on, what's the chances of
Yeah,
that?
that's so random. Yeah.
So, I mean, I know people that don't even know where that is. They think I'm lost and kidnapped. They just show up for a Tuesday night show. They really do. Nobody knows where I am. So that's the good thing about that. All right,
While
let's
you
show
were
to-
gone, Tommy, we started talking about them shooting. I offered my house, and then come to
Yeah,
find
it's
out one of the
definitely-
things they shot was right. They even stayed right down the street.
Wow, how about that? It's your place certainly has the potential. It's got that. It can be very eerie if you do a little edit and add some cool music, but it's got some great character.
Yeah, there's a lot of space to do a lot of things.
All right, now we're going to show your trailer, Tommy, and then we're going to come back, all right? All right, roll it.
We're making a documentary about adult entertainment.
For decades, it's been called taboo, dirty, and even destructive. But is the porn industry really as bad and evil as so many people still believe? To help me navigate this journey is one of the industry's most recognizable faces, Tommy Gunn.
My childhood was wonderful. Did I ever think, I'm going to do that job? Never.
Our expo in Las Vegas, that's the porno Super Bowl, pretty much.
The sex trade has been stigmatized for all of the ages.
This whole documentary is about us as people.
This is our profession and we take pride in it.
It's wild, people's perception.
Somebody might say, oh, how tough can it be? You get to have sex with all these beautiful women and they pay you for it. Boo, hoo, hoo, right?
The emphasis was not on the sex in those movies. It was more on the story.
We never stopped where mainstream stops.
What people think about porn stars is nothing like what they're actually like.
Because it's just one big orgy, and I'm like, wouldn't that all be nice?
It's not adult education, it's adult entertainment.
You don't learn how to drive a car by watching the Fast and Furious.
The public is a lot more accepting of porn now. Game of Thrones, there was full frontal nudity in that thing. No different than what we're doing. Well, maybe a little different, yeah.
Ow!
Wow. All right, you guys. So this is streaming on Amazon now, and it's actually a really good documentary. So I've known Tommy and Dyanna for years. So this is the side that people, I remember going back, I would be that only mainstream journalist and person that would say, hey, come with me. What do you guys want to do after this career? And I would bring them to a lot of my junkets that we would do. If someone say, hey, I want to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger, I would say, oh, okay. Well, I'm going to interview Arnold for, whatever, Terminator coming up next. You can come sit next to me. Talent always sits here. I sit right here. If it's not a lot of people in the room, I'll even let you ask one question. But I did those things because it was about inspiring people to go on to the next stage of their life. Now that they've gone to the next stage of their life, Dyanna has a great piece of property where I'm at that she has the next stage of her life. Tommy's going on to the next stage, which is like with his truck that he has. And he's also got a book that he has out there too. All right, Tommy, now that he's got you, take it away. Okay. Tell him who you are, how many scenes that you've done, what films that you've been in, and that you're open for work, right?
We'll be here all night.
Wow.
Over 3,600 films, right?
Well, as you know, I started the adult industry 2004. To make it real quick, I was really fortunate and did well for myself. I basically just showed up and did what they said. They stand here, read this dialogue, do this thing, have work with your co-star, and over and over again, I did that and was blessed to be able to have a great career in that. So now in the latter part of my career, through people telling me, hey, you should write a book. You probably have some really amazing stories. I decided to do that. In the last 2 years, I worked with a gentleman, Jim Steele, and he's basically helped me make that book into reality. And then as far as the documentary, I always thought that the adult industry had a dark cloak or a dark curtain veil over it, and I really wanted to change that, try and make an attempt to show society and people and whatnot that they're really great people and talented and very educated and smart and all those things. So I've always had a love for filmmaking and acting and all those things, entertainment. I felt like I've always been an entertainer at heart. So now at this point, I figured like, see if I could do that. And then I managed to do some crossover stuff from adults to mainstream, which was the television show Entourage. Everybody knows that for the most part. And then I was blessed to have a role in a movie called Wolves, directed by David Hayter, and Jason Momoa and Lucas Till were in that. Then additionally, I did a movie for a company, or Gangsterland, with Milo Gibson, Mel Gibson's son. I play Mayor Dever, and that was opposite of Michael Pare and Jason Patrick and stuff. So I managed to do some mainstream stuff when they, I guess for lack of better words, were welcoming enough to have me in their project, and they weren't scared of some of the collateral issues, like, oh, how can you have a guy who did those movies being yours that do this? And I always thought, well, you can't deny that 22 years of making movies and 22 years of being in front of the camera, and then an international fan base wouldn't come to follow me over to see what I was doing in the mainstream world. So I have a built-in fan base over those years, whether they want to recognize that or not. I think there's no denying that, and I think Dyanna can relate with all the things I said, so I'll let her take over.
Well, I honestly, when I saw, he said, oh, I did this documentary, it's on Amazon, and I was actually, I couldn't believe that he had actually gotten something it was adult related on Amazon. And so then when I watched it, when you are somebody who is extremely intelligent and you go to convey to somebody what this world is really like, we are not just sex addicts. It's nothing like that at all. In any way, we are more athletes. If you knew what went into each and every scene and all of the things that you have to do and how you may not feel like doing that day. There is so many people that just think because they have their relationship with what adult is, they really think that they know what is in us. They have no idea that, their grandmother may have died that day, or whatever the case may be. It's a human, intimate thing that you're doing. You just happen to be showing it to the rest of the world. And it is our bravery that has tested most every venue of new entertainment, whether it be multi-screen, whether it be AI, whether it be going from film to Betacam to from DVDs to Blu-rays to all of those things. It has always been our industry that has tested those things
led the
first.
way. So
Yeah.
Miles and Chris, what she's leaning to is Consumer Electronics Show, CES show, every January. I don't know how old you two guys are, but back in the day when we were all having fun, you and Rachel, because Rachel's my friend, we talk about this stuff all the time, is that the CES show was combined with the AVN show, Adult Video News Show, at that point, the first week of January. And so there was a lot of crossover. So I was always that mainstream journalist that was credentialed for both sides. And I would be on the CES side wondering what's going on the adult side. I'd be on the adult side wondering what was going on with the CES side. So when it came to the technologies, whether it was, vibrators or VHS machines, beta machines, remember CD-ROMs? All of this stuff started on the adult side first. They led the way to everything. And then the mainstream world caught up slowly but surely and passed. And then AVN thought they were big enough and they split off and, they decided to go up against Sundance. So they have their own thing at that point to now, but it was never the same. But all those people, there was literally 135,000 people at CES Saturday and Sunday, and Tommy and Dyanna, every single one of those mainstream people were coming over and
they were
stretching their necks, long lines and everything. They were making promises. I'll put you in our film. They would they were there. And if it weren't for them, a lot of them wouldn't have a big, huge fan base. Tommy's got like 74,000 followers on his Instagram. I don't even know what he has on his Facebook, but that's from just regular people in general. They all watch films. I was there to see these things, and I'm just relaying the message. And I always remind people, where do you think this stuff came from? And you know, you guys remember VSDA in the summers in Vegas, Video Software Dealers Association?
Yeah.
Where do you think the wrestlers came from? And all those rock and rollers. Do you think Gene Simmons wasn't having fun with a lot of people? Of course they all were.
Oh, he's always at all of our conventions.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm just letting you guys know. So, you know, Chris is raising his eyebrows. He's like, maybe we have another film in us on this part. But that's how a lot of people were cast. And think about this: Boogie Nights, Paul Thomas Anderson. Look where he is now. That was his first film. Where do you think he came to? He came to my event that Bill Margo let me run back in 1994. So Nina Hartley was in it. You know, there was a lot of people in it. Heather Graham, who I just ran into last week at AFI, she was Roller Girl. You know, what do you think Rachel was at one point? She knows. But it was one of these things. Everybody started someplace. You can never judge where people come from, because directing is not easy. Dyanna knows what that's like. You guys know what that's like.
Hey, Harry,
it's not
are
easy.
you looking for
me? Know, I wouldn't do that stuff. You couldn't pay me to do what you guys do, and that's why I respect the art of that. So.
Yeah, well, we don't get paid to do what we do.
Yeah.
You know. Hey, Tommy, who was that girl that was trying to sneak in?
Oh no, that was Harry, the director. Harry.
No. You had a girl who was peeping her head in before. Who was that?
Oh, I'm at a loss.
They don't care. They don't care.
I'm at a loss for names. That's a good position to be in.
Just to try to throw this in there, that was by no accident that the CES and the AVN were at the same time. They weren't stupid. You know,
no, absolutely.
Yeah. And a lot of times, like you said, our industry has been a proving ground for these technological, advances and whatnot. And they realized, hey, if it works there, let's incorporate that and do it in our mainstream world and such. So no one can deny that the content is being viewed and is being received by the whole planet at the end of the day. So
they're either watching it or they're lying about watching it.
Or they're wanting it. You know, there's two types of people in the world. You're either having sex or wanting it. I don't know anything else that's not,
Mile and Chris, the first AI doll that I saw in 2019 was at the AVN convention. Now it's called AEE, Adult Entertainment Expo. It was in the corner. Nobody was paying attention to it, and it looked like Megan. It was a full body thing. And I'm like, someone's going to use these things.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So as that blonde looks in there, that's what they look like. It was real. This is 2019. I still had the photos of it. And I'm like, no one was paying attention. It was in the corner. Look where those things are now. Look what happened to Megan. No difference. No difference.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Rachel, got a question at all?
Nah. Why do you do that? Like throw it all, you're silent. I just the whole time. Go.
That's funny.
Okay, Tommy. So let's see. Are you able to have like normal relationships, like when you meet somebody like a girl and you try to, and you're like, well, I'm a porn star. I mean, do you have a wife? Do you have children? Do you have,
I have no wife. I had two at one point. I tried to
at the same time.
One before the business. I was married for about 4 years before the business, and then I was married in the business for about 5 years. And before the business,
so you were married. You were married to a woman while you were, porn star, and wife was like,
No, she wasn't. She was not in the business. My first wife, she and I were not in the business at all at that point. She did modeling. She was on Playboy cover. I did male dancing, like Chippendale style type thing, and was pursuing designing clothes and making clothes and whatnot. And then once that ended,
Hey, Tommy, we just lost you. You just muted yourself by accident. There you go.
There you go.
Oh,
pick up with what you just said.
Oh, so anyway, I was in the adult industry in a capacity where it was just as a dancer, Male Review, Chippendales, and then I got into the adult industry where I finally took the last piece of clothing off and decided to engage in a sexual act on camera. So that's really basically the thing. So then I was married in the business, and as one could imagine, there's some difficulties in the business as far as the potential for jealousy, whatnot, and such. I experienced that, and it wasn't on my end; it was on my wife's end, which was unfortunate because I tried to support her in many ways, as far as her doing her job and whatnot. But so there was that, and now my last relationship was probably 13 years ago. I was in an additional relationship with a girl that was in the business romantically. We weren't married or anything of that nature, but we tried it, and again, tragically, there was some age differences, but it seems like Matthew McConaughey says, I just keep getting older and they all stay the same age. So, and then as far as trying to navigate a relationship in the mainstream world, I guess, for lack of a better word, civilian world, that's what we refer to people that don't do our industry as civilians, there would be some communication and trust issues there.
It's an impossibility.
It's very it's almost impossible, unfortunately. Yeah. It's not, I don't want to rule it out,
Yeah. It seems like it would be. It seems like that would be really tough.
There are either expectations or there are disappointments. There are social standards of what people expect in a relationship.
Yeah.
And even if you think you're okay with it, there is always going to be that one person that you have to be able to put your boundaries and say, that person might bother me if you were with them. But to be able to have that relationship and actually talk about those things isn't something that happens very often. And that also creates the infamous third person. You always have the adult industry to blame when there is an actual communication or problem with the relationship. It's always the infamous, well, you're going out to do this.
And so here's where I'm going to step in, because in interviewing all those celebrities, they have the exact same problems.
Sure.
There is no difference. So you can't blame that industry when they're having the same problems, because I know I was there with Nick Cage, and I don't know, again, Miles and Chris, I don't know how old you guys are, but Charlie Sheen and all those guys, they were all having fun. We were all friends. And
I was there.
Well, yeah, we were all there. If his publicist at that point, Stan Rosenfeld, which is George Clooney's publicist, Danny DeVito, Helen Mirren, Morgan Freeman, Gene Simmons. He used to have Will Smith, and then he couldn't take Charlie Sheen anymore, and he actually got rid of Charlie Sheen. And if you look in the background, if you watch it, is Charlie's doc. It's very good. It's on Netflix. You will see a guy, small guy with glasses. That's Stan Rosenfeld. He's one of the most powerful, publicists in the world. And I'm just happy that till this day, going back to 1996, he's let me interview all of his clients. That's just him.
Wow.
So he's had to deal with all of these things. So there is no differences when it comes to those worlds like that. And I was always that guy to say, hey, these are my friends. They can act. They entered the adult business sometimes because they were told that they would enter the mainstream world. Weren't they, Dyanna and Tommy? People were actually told them that, which was nonsense.
Think of this. When I got into the adult world, I looked at it like, if I'm an actor, this is the role. I'm going to play a male porn star for the next 22 years.
Do you age out of it? Do people like? Yeah, and then is there like a certain age where you they're like, all right, you're too old for this now, or then is that why what happens when you get to be a certain age?
The stamina that it takes to do it is one thing.
Right, yeah.
But I'm fortunate that if I really wanted to be back because of all of the MILF and
right,
and all of that, I'd be fine.
Yeah.
But as you start to, the industry has changed, so they're not really looking for actors anymore. They're looking for somebody who can do the short game. And that's not what really either. He can do it all day long, but that's not what I'm in, I don't want to be doing that. Neither does he. He likes the long game too.
Yeah, I I love the creative, the acting, the storyline, development, movies. That's why I've got some. That's why I still deep down inside possess a filmmaking, acting, creative urge, and want to continue in that trajectory. It's just a pivot now at this point. You know, again, nobody can deny 22 years in front of the camera. You can't say that. I don't have
talent,
set,
right? Yeah,
you know, ability to handle myself in front of the camera on set. And think about that as an actor. You know, if you were an actor and somebody say, "Okay, this role requires you to do this thing, and that's have sex on camera," can you, as an actor, do that? And I did it 37 times.
And there are a lot of movies that we don't know. I was just looking at a list. I was telling you, Tommy, not too long ago. There's a list of all these movies where they really wanted it to be real. They're not showing it to us,
the two
but
actors
it actually happened.
It happened, yeah.
Right,
So
it was happening on set because they wanted it to be real. They're just not telling you that. And so they didn't show it, so it doesn't get deemed X-rated.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. So, again, hey, Tommy, let me say this. So if you guys think of 9.5 weeks, all those movies in the 80s and the 90s where people were going in to the video stores and renting, that's why those movies did so well, because people could go and rent them and take them home. And those VHS tapes made a lot of money for a lot of people. And a lot of those people say, "Hey, can we get this girl to come and do a nude scene or to do a stand-in?" And they did. And so they got word, and they didn't always use their names, but you know, they were willing to do it. And I just wanted to set that right, you know?
Yeah.
Wow.
And Miles and Chris, we got a question for Tommy, because Tommy's going to ask you guys one, since you guys are the directors here.
Oh man, you put me on the spot.
He's good at
Seems
that.
like that's the thing he does.
I know, yeah, put you on the spot, yeah.
Hey, how often do you get
Tommy,
a chance to talk to two legends?
Tommy, have you in terms of like your acting, like do you continue to do like I guess I'm thinking about films outside of the porn space, or is it still in that industry, or what's been your experience now?
I welcome and am currently working on developing projects that are outside of the industry. So I have I guess a toe, so to speak, in the business. I guess I always will. I guess that's just inevitable. 22 years, there's no saying, "Okay, I'm done with that." I'll always be
you
from
know,
that
you will
world.
never be done with filmmaking.
Yeah.
Whether
It's
you want
just-
to be or
it's
not,
just-
you won't. It's a passion. It's something you have inside.
Yeah, it's just now the filmmaking I hope to be able to do in the future, and the acting roles that I get, I'll just unless it's a role in the film that there's a sex scene, but I doubt it. But if there is, I'm very acclimated to those. So I definitely welcome the possibility and the challenges of acting in mainstream projects, even any project. I'd love to just do it because I love the craft.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Are you like behind the camera as well too now though? You do directing, right? Or are you just primarily in front of the camera?
I did years ago, but I kind of stayed away from that. But I still have some directorial urges and some visions and stuff that I definitely want to try to.
He's really on the spot creative.
Let me tell you this.
He did some really fun, like some things that I like within a second. I'd never been scared of my property before, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not going in there at night anymore." And it was just a second. It was great. Yeah, he's really good.
Wow.
No, I got it. So his good friend Marcus London, who I liked, with him and Tommy, they were inseparable. They did behind the scenes on a makeup like Gladiator, and it ended up winning awards. That's when I saw what Tommy and Marcus could do at that point. Now, Marcus doesn't live in the U.S. anymore, but Tommy is still here. So he is available for these things, but he knows. I think he's done a lot things.
Well,
That's
between set building and designing the costumes and building the costumes and the helmets and the shields and the swords.
I was impressed to see what these guys did on that.
He's really good at what he does. He's a very creative human, and he can weld.
Yeah, one thing's for sure. Agreeing with Dyanna was, I can do anything. as far as buildings, sets, wardrobe. You know, even go run good coffee. I'm not too good for any of that. You know what I mean? Go and help out and whatever, sweep up the place after it's done, or be the first guy out there to open up the doors and get everybody started.
You've done it.
I love filmmaking. I love everything about it. I will always have and always will, and I will always remain in that trajectory, on that path, and it'll happen. So, you know, that's why I get a little anxious because, you know, I'm one of those guys. I want it to happen yesterday, and I think a lot of us are in that headspace. But, you know, in time, things will take place, and you know, will happen. So I have a lot of hope and faith in that. So.
Hey, so Tommy, we got a couple minutes left. We got about 5 minutes left. Hey, so you get a chance to ask Miles and Chris. You haven't seen their short film, but their film is good. And I haven't seen Silk, but it's scary enough to remind me of Megan that I want to see that.
Sure.
What would you say to ask them about their craft of how they do everything together? Because like I said, keep your eye on these two. I'm good at picking things that are coming out of pipeline, so I can only imagine what's coming up next.
Well, it sounds like you're, I guess, collective between the two of you in terms of your creative and things and projects you work on. Is that correct?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, wonderful. Where are you based out of at the moment? Close to each other, or
they're by me?
Yeah.
Oh, copy, right. Okay, wonderful. Hey,
we're in the Chicago area. We're like down the street from each other.
And then in terms of how you, I guess, for lack of better words, were inspired and motivated and encouraged to want to pursue filmmaking as a person, and you know, when did it all start for you as a young person?
We started out as just fans of film. Honestly, like we didn't actually start creating, like doing filmmaking together until like after the pandemic. We have both had our own like careers. I mean, I've always been a storyteller, I guess. I used to be a journalist. And I sort of had gravitated towards writing stories and stuff like that. But I mean, we just love movies. And we started a podcast where we talked about movies with a friend of ours. And that sort of snowballed into like, maybe we should make something, you know? And
absolutely.
you know, we had our cameras and we were just filming stuff. I think the first thing we filmed together was like a Among Us parody where we were sort of, we had our kids and wives, and we were sort of just doing this thing. And I acted in it, which I don't usually like to do, but it was a goofy thing we were doing. So, but yeah, and then we kind of had the bug. We're like, let's just make some more stuff. And it's kind of slowly grown into what it is now, where right now we're sort of working on developing a feature film, which we're really excited about. You know?
Oh, you must be. What a great place to be in your life there. So again, you mentioned bug. I agree. I was bitten as a young age, and my first movie I ever saw was Rocky, and I thought I want to be that guy, or up there on that screen. So I guess a lot of that I can attribute to.
Well, real quickly, we got about 3 minutes. Dyanna, favorite movie that just comes off the top of your head that you liked?
What Dreams May Come. What Dreams May Come.
Excellent movie with Robin Williams.
What a movie.
Great film. Rachel, do you have one?
I'm enjoying the South Park every week when it comes out, and I'm enjoying Peacemaker, and I'm enjoying and
but those are two good series.
Nobody wants.
Oh, Talamasca.
I'm watching that one.
Anne Rice.
I do too. I love Anne.
That they did of Interview with a Vampire. Was so it was so her. It was so well done. I loved it.
Yeah.
I keep seeing advertisements for that. I'm like, I need to watch it.
You need to watch it. It'll give they did a really good job of overlapping, like, because they know that the story is different. So they do a really good job of intertwining what happened in the original movie and in the book and putting them both together. I was like, I didn't want to watch it at first because I was like, this isn't going to be the same. It was better than I could have before.
Yeah.
Real quick, Miles, favorite film of yours off the top of your head, followed by Chris.
Alien.
What a great one.
Okay, so I went back to watch it and it still holds up. The third one just sucks, but the first two, Ridley Scott, you just can't go wrong with that, and James Cameron. To this day, two of my favorite filmmakers and great people to interview. Chris.
I'm going to go Back to the Future.
Oh,
Wow,
Okay.
there you go.
Robert
It's a good
Zemeckis.
one.
It's like comfort food for me. Yeah.
His
That
wife-
was filmed in my
Good choice.
hometown. That
Nice.
was, yeah, it was filmed in my hometown.
Hey, real quick, Rachel Roberts, give your social media links. Go for it.
At Rachel Roberts Recipes. Gotta think about
Diana.
The real Dyanna Lauren, on Instagram and Twitter and wherever else. Or X, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It's all the same.
Tommy,
Just my
social media links. People can reach out to you.
Instagram is THEE, so it would be the TOMMYGUNN. I had to do that because there's a lot of Tommy Guns out there that decide to use the name.
All your
Anyway,
fans.
so, and then
Cool name.
on Twitter, thank you. On Twitter, it's TOMMYGUNNXXX. So, yeah.
Is that your real name?
It
no,
is,
my real name
actually.
is Thomas. Tommy.
Gunn
Tommy.
and
Gun
Gunn
is just a
Yeah.
is a description that a friend gave me. He says, "Man, look at those guns." I started working out as a young guy, and I built up my arms. And he said, "Look at those
Nice.
guns. You should be Tommy Gunn." And I said, "Wow, that's a great name," and I kept it ever since my dancing.
Nice.
So I was given that name. Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
Miles, social media links, so reach out so people can see your films and follow you at the next film festivals.
Yeah, mine is just Miles K August on Instagram, and then if you want to follow our production page, which is both of us, is just Swim Good. At Swim Good, just SWYM Good. And you
I
can
love the
find-
name. That's cool.
Thanks. Yeah.
That's really clever. Swim Good. Nice.
And Chris?
Yeah, so my Instagram is words from Chris. And then, like Miles said, I mean, the best place to find us is on the Swim Good Instagram. In the bio, you'll see links to all our like individual pages and stuff. So, yeah.
Hey, so I want to thank everybody for coming on tonight. You just never know what you're going to get. Who would have known that you guys have shot close to her house that I happen to be at, that Tommy's coming back at soon, too?
Yeah.
Who would have known?
Nice.
So,
Small
I
world.
always say this.
Yeah, you
to
never
everybody,
know.
have a
You
good
may be
night
here soon.
tonight. A better day tomorrow. You see someone without a smile, please give them one of yours because the world needs it. I'm Brian Sebastian. This is Movie Reviews and More.
So true.
And we will
So
see you next week. And follow and like everybody.
Yeah.
Absolutely.